If you are a new or aspiring leader, you may be asking yourself, what are the benefits of authentic leadership? Come on, let's find out. Hi, my name is James Burnham, and I work as a coach with business leaders who are aspiring to show up and be the very best that they know how to be. And one of the keys to doing that, if you're an aspiring leader, is asking yourself, what are the benefits of authentic leadership? The word authentic is a buzzword of the year in leadership, in life, and understanding how to be authentic and how to show up and the way it impacts your relationship with others is so important to improving your team dynamics and becoming a successful leader. So stay to the end, and we can learn how you can be real and make money doing it. I've got 3 points that I want to cover with you, and I'm going to give you one at a time, and then I'll give you a little story to back it up, okay? So, the first point, authenticity creates a space of safety for people to speak honestly. When you're authentic, man, you really begin to dive into what people are really facing. And if you're not, they will hide from you. All of the people that you want to tell everything that they know, they're going to hide if you are also hiding. So I worked as a coach in oil and gas, and I'll remember there was a period of time where I was helping these group of men confront their leadership, their corporate leadership. And the corporation would bring in like a COO or somebody, from the head office, and they would sit down with these leaders of this specific refinery that I was at and lay out a plan for what they wanted to do next. And all of the men in the room would nod their heads and agree and, just kind of roll along with whatever the plan was. And then when that leader left, they would turn to each other and look at each other and say, that's a terrible idea. I can't believe we're going to do this. This is crazy. And that conversation was a complete lack of authenticity on the part of them, because they were not telling their leader what they really needed and felt they needed to do in order to be successful in that space. So we had a leader that was trying to get feedback, and these men felt that they couldn't give it, because when I asked them about it, they said, well, man, if we do this, we will have our careers limited, we might get fired. All these things that they feared would happen if they were authentic. And the truth was, that leader himself could not be authentic. In fact, at one point, he had made a mistake, and he had done some things that really impacted these guys and made them feel like, man, our jobs are on the line, or it was one of those scenarios where people were worried what was going to happen to them. And so I actually sat down with this leader from the corporate office, and we crafted out an apology that would allow him to, not apologize as in making himself diminished, but just owning what had happened and saying, hey guys, this happens. This is how we move. We move through these mistakes. It was a real opportunity to show authentic behavior in a troubled time. He went in and he didn't do it. He backed away from it. He threw me under the bus and said that I had created the issue, and everybody knew that that wasn't true. And nothing happened. Nothing changed. These men were too scared to then share their own issues, because that space of safety had not been created, because the leader himself was afraid. The moment you begin to hide, your power and authenticity is gone. So this is the point number 2, right? Authenticity uncovers problems. It allows you to adapt more quickly. And as I talked about, when that leader would leave the room, all of the employees, all of the men that reported to him would then talk about all of the problems with that plan that they could not tell him to his face. And knowing what those problems were and how they would impact the plan that was coming down the pipeline from the corporate office, well, it was troubling to see, because I knew that the cost of implementing this system was going to go up exponentially, because no one was adapting to what they were facing. They were hiding things that they could see. They didn't want to bring up troubling problems that could, say, change the course of the plan in the moment. So then what would happen is these massive plans that were maybe over the course of 5 years would run into major obstacle after major obstacle, and the cost would go up exponentially. When we're authentic, we see those problems ahead. We can create, as a team, real methods to get over those obstacles and adapt much more quickly. So the third thing, why does this make us money? Well, if it isn't obvious to you already, let me be Captain Obvious for you. When you see what your real obstacles are, when your people are willing to say to you the things that are really hard to say because they see you yourself as a leader doing that, like saying something as simple as, I don't have the answer for this situation. This is honestly something more than I can figure out on my own. I need your help. If you say that to your team, man alive, that opens some doors. And then you can have guys that will come back to you when they've been given an assignment, and they'll say, look, I know you gave me this assignment. I've been trying to fulfill it, but I don't fully understand this aspect or that aspect. And that becomes a conversation that repairs quickly and allows you to navigate through issues without spending money, without wasting time. Changes everything. And when your team is willing to engage meaningfully, well, what does happen is that everyone feels like they're contributing. So you don't lose people. They feel like they're doing something of value for you. They feel recognized. They want to stay with you as a leader. They will tell you what's really going on so that you can see the true landscape of what you're facing. You yourself are going to get the support you need in the spaces where your blind spots are causing problems, because your team will be able to tell you to your face, hey man, you're not the best in this area. We got somebody that's really good, and you'll accept it. All of these things are the reasons Zenger Folkman was able to show that powerful, authentic leaders make money for companies in an exponential manner, and bad leaders cost us a lot of money. So be authentic. Bring that to the table. Allow people to know that when you show up, that is what happens for you. Things open up, pathways become clear, money is available. So I'm going to tell you one last story of my own experience with this as a coach. When I first started coaching, it was hard for me to own that space, to say, hey, I'm a coach, this is what I do. I don't know why. I felt somehow like stating that was maybe something I couldn't quite own yet, because I was new to this and I didn't want to own that space and say, hey, this is what I am. And I would say things, oh, I'm a business consultant, or try to hedge, because when you say coach to people, the barrier to entry is so low that often people's eyes glaze over and they're like, oh yeah, I know this guy, he's a coach, yeah, because there's so many people that call themselves that. I had these internal dialogues within myself that made me feel like I couldn't own it. When I finally started owning that space, and I finally started saying, hey, I'm a coach, this is what I do, this is how I move, it was amazing. Doors started opening to me. People started seeing what I truly was offering. People were able to identify with the space that I was talking in because I was open and honest about it. And I found people were able to reach me, and I could reach them just the same. And that changed the nature of my business. I went from transitioning to a place where I was really busy. I got rid of a heavy-duty client that I didn't like. I was worried about building new clients, and all of a sudden things started flipping. I landed more clients. I found that the success started to roll to me, and it changed everything. It was exciting. So be authentic, follow those 3 steps, and if you're a new leader or an old leader that has yet to be authentic, dive in. There's money to be made and people to win over. So if you're really interested in showing up and being authentic, the thing is you want to be that way in every area of your life. And one of the most important areas is within our intimate relationships. And so if you are struggling with feeling how to be worthy of love, it's an important part of showing up authentically. I've got a video for you coming up. Check it out. It's important to know how to be authentic And the way to do it is loving yourself. Hope you stick around. Like, click the bell, subscribe. Don't miss any content. I'm James Burnham. I'm a coach. If you want to have more access to me, you can check out my website. We can set up an appointment, do a free conversation, and see if I can help you out with being authentic. Thanks for stepping in.